I'm looking for some red Scotch-Brite. Would you guys carry that here?
There you go.
Thanks, sir.
I love that bike, man.
Thank you, brother.
I never had balls enough to get on one, but I admire it until I see somebody acting like an idiot.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
So I gotta, hey, take care. That's beautiful.
Thank you, brother. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I'm not going to talk much today. I just want to get to work. I'll briefly explain like my thought process of what is going to go down today. We got to get the car out of the shop. It's going to go to the PDR shop tonight. So I need to pull off every single part that we need to keep here for paint. That includes the rear bumper and the roof vane. We already have the wing off, the spoiler off the back. We're going to be painting that. We already have the hood off. We already have the front bumper off. Other than that, the car can go out of the shop and go to PDR. I do think I'm going to pull out the headliner as well. It's always much cheaper if you just bring the car to them and it's already disassembled. Pretty soon here, my brother Austin is going to come over. He is much more experienced with paint work than I am. And I need to figure out like what else we need to do with the hood scoop, with the bumpers, with the hood, the rock chips in the hood. He's going to just kind of like walk me through what else we need to do before we actually lay down some color. We do also need to get some interior pieces back in the car so we can drive it. Obviously you can't drive it with no seats. We can throw the red seats back in it. We can throw the rear seats back in. I'll leave the door panels off so they can get to the door dings easier. And other than that, this car can get out of the shop and we should have some more space to do some body work. All right, guys, we got the whole headliner pulled out. This thing is pretty much ready to go to PDR. I do need to pull off this roof vane. And I think to do that, you just pull off these end caps right here because there's no bolts on the inside holding the vane on. So pull off this roof vane. And while all the stuff is out, I think I'm gonna pressure wash everything. So that headliner's super yellow. Figured I'd clean that up while we have it out. But yeah, let's go ahead and pull off this roof vane real quick, get the car out of the shop. As soon as we get the car out of the shop, we can pull in all the panels, the hood scoop, the hood and the wing, everything that we were working on yesterday. Austin showed up, so I'm gonna have him look over everything and just make sure it's all good to go for paint. Make sure we don't have to primer anything. So, look at the rock chips. Tell me what I gotta do. They're tiny. I already bottled that in. These little things, what I gotta do? Just tiny shit. Sand them out or fill them. The first thing I wanna work on this morning after getting the car out of the shop is finishing up everything that we started yesterday. So I'm gonna continue sanding on this hood a little bit, get some of these smaller rock chips out of here. And then on the wing as well, there is a ton of shiny areas. Can't really see it right now, but there's still a ton of shiny areas that we need to sand out on the bottom and top side of the wing. All right, change of plans. I can't use the air compressor because Austin's using the oven. So what we're gonna do in the meantime is take this front bumper out of the packaging and scuff it up with some red Scotch-Brite. I grabbed Scotch-Brite this morning from Napa, so we should have enough to get this thing done. Before I do any scuffing on the bumper, I'm gonna go do a quick test fit. It is an OEM replacement and sometimes they don't fit all that well. So before I scuff it up and be able to not return it, let's go do a quick test fit on the car. I think that is a pretty dang good fit for an aftermarket part. So yeah, let's go ahead, use this bumper, get it all scuffed up. We should be ready for some adhesion promoter and epoxy. Is that prime? I don't know, dude. It kind of looks like it, but I don't think it is.
I gotta put the primer pin on it.
Yeah, well, what do I gotta do then? Not freaking sand it?
Good. Oh, obviously you have to sand it.
Oh. But I have to prime it now? Hold up.
Hold the frickin'.
So apparently, this bumper already has primer on it. So what do I gotta do?
Stay on the
Oh, it says right here. Clean the surface, scuff it with 15 to 1800 grit, clean surface, blah, 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 and paint it.
This primer, I mean, frickin' plastic won't come off like that. Turn to powder.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let's go scuff it. But
So I don't have to worry about adhesion promoter or anything, do I?
technically, no. If you sand through.
Well,
This shit's really thin.
this primer?
One coated epoxy or sealer.
Okay.
Just don't sand here. Sand. You know,
Yeah.
just make, because you already sanded through right there. So stuff like that, you'll have to hit with a little adhesion promoter.
So yeah, I'm just gonna hit a super light scuff with soapy water and red Scotch-Brite. Austin said to not burn through it all. Makes sense because now we have to throw a little adhesion promoter on there, but we should be good. Quick little light scuff, that'll save us a bit of time with not having to epoxy this front bumper. I like to use Scotch-Brite on this because getting in all these little tight areas, it's really hard to do with sandpaper. Much easier to do with Scotch-Brite. So as soon as Austin is done using the 240 outlet for the oven, we can plug back in the air compressor and get sanding back on the hood and the wing. But in the meantime, we can start cleaning up the rear bumper. There's a ton of like dirt and grime on it. So I'm gonna bust out the pressure wash this whole thing, pull off the light and license plate. I'm gonna go ahead and pressure wash all of these pieces and panels as well. And the car is filthy. So let's pressure wash that and we can bring this thing into PDR tonight. Got some degreaser. I'm gonna spray some degreaser on all these parts, kind of let it soak in a little bit. What's up?
Not much.
It's a Fuego sweater.
Thanks.
The front bumper is all scuffed up, pretty much ready to go. I ran out of DA discs, so I need to run and grab 600 grit DA and 220 because I found some side skirts that I want to paint for the car as well. They're WRX skirts with front and rear spats. So we're gonna paint those up as well. I gotta sand all the old white paint off because it's flaking. This thing's never gonna be done because I just keep buying more and more and like wanting to paint more and more.
You sound stressed.
I am stressed. So yeah, we're gonna run in. Oh, Bobby came here by the way. What's
Hi,
up?
guys.
What's up, fam?
Not much. We gotta work on the STI. Really cool mods today.
What's the mod?
AC. We gotta fix it. We gotta charge it.
Yeah. So we're gonna run to Napa, grab DA discs and R134A refrigerant. And then if Austin has ever done powder coating, then we can get to DA sanding.
What's DA sanding?
It's a dual action. It's this guy right here.
Oh yeah, you already showed me yesterday.
Zin, zin. This thing fell apart, so I had to put screws in the end of it. I had to do a slight mod.
Okay, let's go.
What do you want to drive?
My car. Well, I guess we take the Evo because it's way cooler than my car.
Ha ha ha. Cold start for the boys 101.
Oh.
Oh, those are my floor mats. The floor mats for the STI came in.
Yay!
Ooh.
Okay, baby, get in the damn car.
For the cold start for the boys?
Yeah.
And I have the keys.
This is a shit show. This is a shit show. Our like car.
It kind of reminds me of something. No smoke? Wow, I must have really built her good. So there isn't a single store where I live that carried those 6-inch DA sanding discs. So we are going to do what we can. Being that it's Memorial Day, a ton of places are closed right now. So pretty much what we have is one used, very used 600 grit DA disc, and then one 220. With the 220 we can hit those side skirts. We're pretty much gonna have to sand all of this paint off because it's flaking super bad. So we can do 220 on those. We probably won't have enough. Yeah, I know I could go through and hand sand stuff, but that's gonna take so freaking long versus just like a DA sander. And not only that, you guys probably see my head bleeding. I freaking smashed my head in the same exact spot, and of course it just split it right open. So that freaking hurt. This thing better heal up soon. That bumper, the front bumper is 100% ready for color. We're all good to go there. I'll hit a little bit of like adhesion promoter on places I accidentally sanded through. This front, or the hood, should be 100% ready for some primer. So we're gonna prime the whole front of this hood, try to fill in some of the rock chips, and then of course those back edges as well. So the hood and the scoop are both ready to go. The scoop needs some epoxy, so let's set that aside. That's good. Pretty much all we have left is the rear bumper, which is gonna need a ton of work. Those side skirts, and then all those little pieces on the ground right here. Just some front bumper stuff, the fog light covers, the side vents, and those two pieces right there are the roof vane end caps. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get as far as I can. I was really trying to get everything in primer tonight, either that being either filler primer or epoxy, but I don't know if it's gonna happen because I really need some freaking sanding discs, and I'm not gonna, I feel like this isn't really something I should rush, being that it's like one of my first bigger paint jobs. I really want to rush it, but at the same time I know it's not gonna turn out all that good if I rush it. So if we don't get all that much done today, I apologize. All right, so this is where we stand right now. The front bumper should be 100% ready for some adhesion promoter and then color. Rear bumper is completely sanded down with 220. I ended up hitting it with 220 because there's so much cracked paint on that. We had to ship a ton of the paint off. So as soon as we can get some more 600 DA discs, I will hit it with 600 on the DA. Hood should be ready. Hood scoop should be ready. Wing needs a touch more of sanding, and that should be ready. Fog light covers we need to also hit with 600. I sanded pretty much all the paint off with 220, so hit those with 600, and then that should be ready. So realistically, maybe another hour or two of sanding, and then I may do some wet sanding here and there. I don't really know. I guess if I feel like it, I will. I don't know if I need to or if I'm supposed to, but I may do some, and then we can start laying down primer, both epoxy primer on all the plastic pieces, and then on the hood mainly, we need to do filler primer for the rock chips and then those two corners. With that being said, there's nothing else we can do with this STI project today. Bobby is here. She needs her AC system fixed because it's supposed to be nice out. Today is raining. It is supposed to be really warm the rest of the week, so I want to fix her AC on her car. So yeah, let's clean up the shop real quick, pull in the 19 STI, and get the AC system fixed up. The car is 100% ready to go to the PDR shop, so as long as I can drop it off tonight, this thing will be going in. Let's hope I don't get pulled over with no bumpers, no hood. We should be fine. I'll put the license plates back on it, but yeah, this thing's pretty ugly right now. Just completely gutted. We have to vacuum it out first, all right?
Vacuum.
The AC system.
Okay.
See this right here? If that goes back down to 0, that means we have a leak. But if it doesn't, then we can charge it. So let's wait like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And give her berries. Alright, go fire up the car. We have this expensive system right here that I can never seem to get to work, but just this little tiny hose that you connect to the cold side always seems to work fine. All right, so we got Bobby's car all finished up. The AC on that is good to go. Now we are gonna jump in the Hawkeye STI and run in and bring this thing to the paintless dent repair shop. I hope it's legal. I really hope this is legal. I don't know. I've definitely done this before with no bumpers, but I don't know if I've ever done it with no bumpers, no hood, expired tabs, no front plate. Let's see if we can make it. So just a quick go around, I guess.
Whatever I can get.
Yeah, I have.
I was just gonna say, I can't get the one on the roof rail there.
You can't?
No.
Shoot.
Just because of where it is.
So hungry.
How come every video you're hungry?
I don't know.
You do? Do I not feed you enough?
No, you don't. You wait till the very last moment.
So there's one dent that he said he can't get to. It is the one on the pillar that has chip paint on it. And there's also, instead of like going behind the panel and pushing it out with rods, you can glue pull it. And for some reason he didn't want to try to glue pull it either. So we might be just left with the dent because I really don't feel like painting that. But that's it for today, boys. Hopefully tomorrow we can get a ton of more body work done. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out.